I'm Troy Denning, New York Times best-selling fantasy and science fiction author and well-known scourge of the Forgotten Realms. Over the years, I brought you notable Realms characters such as the Bedine Witch Ruha, Galaran Naimadu, the embittered paladin Cleese Kenrick, and one of my most memorable, Sterik, the Prince of Lies. Today, I'm here to introduce the second episode of the Isekai'd Realms charity Dungeons & Dragons actual play game for GenConTV. Kris, the DM for the Isekai'd Realms game and an old Gen Con buddy of mine, asked me to say a few words about the game, the charity, and my advice to players on dealing with my old friend Sterik. Kris has been running Portal fantasy-style games for years, and I even played in one once, although I didn't play myself that night. I think you'll have fun on this journey through the realms. The charity we are all supporting is Extra Life for Kids. It's a noble cause, and I encourage all of you gentle viewers to contribute and support the good work it does. Now, quick word of advice to the players about dealing with Sterik, the one and all. Never forget what he told Malik El-Sami Yin Nasir in Crucible, the Tiriel of Sterik the Mad. You will succeed, because if you do not, if you fail me, or merely die trying, I will let Kellamvor take your faithless soul. The episode is entitled A Series of Unpleasant Surprises. Enjoy it, and beware the outhouse of doom.
Good evening, and welcome to GenConTV, the beating heart of gaming culture and community. Tonight, we're thrilled to bring you a unique and exciting event, our own Isekai'd Realms Dungeons & Dragons actual play charity stream. Join us as we embark on an adventure unlike any other, all in the spirit of giving and fun. I'm your guide through these mystical realms, Kris, or as I'm known in gaming circles, Kris the Grey. By day, I navigate the intricate labyrinths of the law, but by night, I delve the rich worlds of fantasy role-playing. A longtime gamer, dungeon master, and devoted fan of all things Gen Con, I'm here to weave a tale that will captivate and inspire you all. Tonight's Odyssey is set in the mystical world of the Forgotten Realms, but with an isekai twist. Imagine a game where you're not just playing a character, but a version of you, whisked away to face the challenges and wonders of a fantastical world. Inspired by tales like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and John Carter of Mars, our game, run in the classic 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons rules, promises a unique take on a standard RPG adventure. Joining me on this grand adventure are 4 intrepid souls, each bringing their special flair to the realms. Players, the time has come for you to step forward and introduce yourselves to the audience.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Yang-Yang Wang. Quick disclaimer, I am an employee of Wizard of the Coast and all thoughts and opinions of my own, but you can also find me on the Dungeon Scrawlers, where I'm one of the founding members. We play a lot of TTRPGs, we talk a lot of games, and we do some really cool group-related activities around writing. So come check us out at twitch.tv/Dungeon Scrawlers every Wednesday night around 6 p.m. Pacific.
Hey everyone, I'm Caleb Patrick, and I'm excited to be a part of this event for GenConTV. I'm co-DM, lead story writer, and content creator for Stardust and Dragons. You can find us at snd_pod on Instagram or stardustanddragons.com. Hope you guys enjoy watching this as much as we enjoyed playing it today.
Hajime Mashite. My name is Christian Hatcher. I am 25, and I'm currently located in Tokyo, Japan, which is a perfect place for an isekai adventure if you ask me. I'm an actor, singer, dancer, among other things, and I'm currently studying to become a better one of those things here in Tokyo. I am here representing Stardust and Dragons, a homebrew D&D podcast in which I am not only a cast member in, but also part owner in the overall company. Our show's adventure takes place in space, where we have homebrewed cool things like Stardust, and our editors immerse you in our new galaxy with special effects and music. We have a team of around 30 people, writers, actors, editors, producers, and the best part is we're based all over the world. So look us up wherever you listen to your podcast, and remember our adventures in the stars. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu, and I hope you guys enjoy this isekai adventure.
Hello folks, I'm Banzai Baby. You can usually find me on TikTok as Banzai Baby or on Instagram as Banzai Baby, that's BABEE, or you can also find me here on twitch.tv/GenConTV.
Thank you. I look forward to tossing you all into the deep end of gaming, of the gaming pool. But before we delve into the heart of our quest, let's also take a moment to thank those who've made this magical evening possible. Starting with a heartfelt thank you to the valiant players for donating your time and talents for tonight's cause. With immense gratitude to Peter Adkison, Gen Con's visionary CEO, for welcoming us to Gen Con TV. And with a special nod to the Dungeon Scrawlers Twitch and YouTube channel, our comrades in the realms of Isekai gaming. And a final thank you to my friend Eric Scott DeB, whose introductions have woven our paths together here tonight. Speaking of the Dungeon Scrawlers, if the realms we explore tonight excite your imagination, please venture over to the Dungeon Scrawlers channel on Twitch or on YouTube. There you'll find a full 11-episode Isekai saga set in the Forgotten Realms, along with a couple of special Isekai one-shot adventures that walk the worlds between Bram Stoker's classic novel Dracula to the high school hallways of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A treasure trove of tales await. But as we stand on the brink of our adventure, let's also not forget the real purpose of tonight's gathering, to support the noble cause of Extra Life, a charity by gamers for gamers. Every coin and gem we collect tonight goes to this incredible organization. But don't just take my word for it. Let's take a moment to hear from them directly about the critical mission they serve.
Oh, hi there. Time for Extra Life again? Wait, what is Extra Life? Seriously? Extra Life is a charity gaming fundraiser. We play games to raise money for local children's hospitals. Extra Lifers around the world have raised more than $100 million since 2008, and all because of people like you. So what are you waiting for? Donate to Extra Life to help kids like me.
And hello! Thank you again for joining us for Part 2, Act 2 of our Isekai Realms adventure for charity here on Gen-Con TV. When last we left our heroes, they had rudely arrived in the Forgotten Realms, dumped into a forest glade, been pursued by nasty half-bat, half-bug monsters that they prudently fled from, discovered the presence of some friendly passengers toting along inside their heads, and a mark which seemed to be possessed of some power that they each bore upon their chests. They experimented with that, changed the default settings of the Siri/Jarvis in their heads to have different voices. Again, I've been doing this for decades. No one has ever done that. So once again, a first, Gen-Con TV first. And that one was you, Banzai, who came up with that one. And they trudged through the woods, following a path, discovered a rather gruesome scene of some murdered, what they're presuming are purple dragon knights in Cormyr, or of Cormyr. We don't know exactly where we are yet. And they, in an attempt to get out of the ever-intensifying thunderstorm on this, warm evening, they've trudged in the direction of some wood smoke, and they have come upon about 1,000 feet away what looks like a lodge in a clearing in the forest. And so that is where we left them. They were debating the wisdom of how to present themselves and what to talk about when they encountered other beings. And it appears as though that may very well be the case. So we pick things up at exactly that moment. Yang, did you have something you wanted to start us out with?
I want to make a proposal as to our backup plan. So, what if we pretended like we were a troupe of actors who put on plays about Purple Dragon Knights, and that would kind of explain why our outfits aren't quite correct, and that way we might be able to use these clothes while plausibly blending in while wearing them.
Sure. I got you.
I like that idea.
Works for me.
That. Let's go.
Before I do that, I'm taking off my glasses, hiding them away. This shirt that has the rainbow, I'm gonna turn it inside out, or put it away somewhere, and I guess try to not show my slippered feet somehow.
How do you do that? Because that makes the lad stole all the shoes from the Forgotten Realms. So you have a long cloak.
I have a long cloak. I'm just gonna
throw that in the mud.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, or well, it's muddy enough. I'm just gonna like mud it more.
Okay, so you're gonna be the mysterious cloaked figure.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. And we've established that you are the shortest member of the party, so you will sort of be the short, mysteriously cloaked figure. Got it. Okay. Anyone else want to burnish their appearance before such time as approaching the lodge overly closely?
I think I have all the stuff that I have on, so I'll just make sure. You said it was in my bottom left. I'm gonna take the belt that I had and just put literally the belt over that symbol. Whenever I put it on me, because funny enough, I actually feel comfortable in these clothes. I played D'Artagnan a couple of years back, and so this stuff feels like normal.
Well, then we're good to go. Excellent. Okay. Anyone else?
I just have something to pose to the group. So we have a briefcase. We have a backpack that is not something that you would find in the Forgotten Realms. The clothing that we have is not something that you would find in the Forgotten Realms. We have no shoes on our feet, Christian and I.
Yeah, we do. I got boots.
You acquired boots from the dead. So
okay, got you. Okay, so now we got our boots. I think key information that we need to look out for, based upon purple dragons and whatnot, we're either in the Spell Plague, or it's like the Wailing Gears, or it's like the Goblin Wars. Those are the three things that I'm thinking of. And if that's the case, we need to be very, very careful, because that means that we are at war and we don't really know who the good guys are. And the more thought that I put into the symbol, I think Yang-Yang was right. One of the hands would be Torm, and I think they're part of the triad, right? Yang-Yang it's Ilmater is one of them. Doesn't he have the hands that are like this? So couldn't that be the other hand?
Yes, but I also thought they had like a tear symbol, like the crying eye. But
So,
yeah,
I have a question for y'all. I know we role play these characters, but do they, like, we speak English when we're role playing? Do you know what language we're gonna have to speak here?
Common, I assume.
Yeah, what
is common English?
Is common
English?
We about to find out.
Oh god.
Look, I like to read. I don't speak common. I don't speak dwarvish, elvish, anything. I'm not that deep in like the fantasy rabbit hole.
What I will say is the voices in our head are speaking English. So
But that's because we translated it in our head.
Let's have them tell us what to say. We just have to trust.
Pragman, I know you're up there. I know you're listening. Do you know what do you think I'll be able to understand this people, pragmatically speaking? Will I be able to understand whoever might be over there if they speak common?
If you're willing to take my assistance, I think I might be able to help you. Are you willing to take my assistance?
Is it painful to have your assistance?
Not usually.
You know what? F it. Let's go. Yeah, bring it. Bring it on. Where's the assistance?
What are you agreeing to?
Yeah.
Consider it brought.
Don't just sign contracts. Read the fine print.
All right, cool. We're good, guys. I think we'll be fine.
You're gonna speak Japanese. Maybe call me Japanese.
I might. Watashi wa. Let's go. But for the most part, yeah, I think I do have one thing. You said we have a lot of stuff, right? Banzai, do you want to put on the backpack? Obviously, your cloak is huge.
Yeah.
You could be the hunchback.
Back,
right?
Yeah, I could do that. I could be that. Here, can I get I'll dirty my hands up a little bit and dirty my face. Just
there we go.
Oh, here, let me add some extra mud right over there. You know, give it a little lump, pat.
We'll just say like you're a squire or a porter.
I believe you have just been transformed into a henchman. I think that's how
Yep. I will play that role. This is what I just. Oh, I don't. You guys got more things to put under my cloak.
All right. So, the traveling band of what information do I need to know specifically? Like
that really depends upon what time period we're in. Cause
all right, So once we have that time period and we figure that out, let's have another powwow real quick. Give me the most Spark Notes version of what is going on in this world. Because at the same time, even though y'all are like really understood and all this stuff, I'm gonna just pretend that I'm uneducated, okay? And I come from the backwoods. I got my bow where I shoot my stuff, and then I saw you guys traveling along. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, I was part of a theater troupe. It was fun.
So I propose that we can subtly ask them about like current events or like how they survived the latest events or something. See what they say instead of giving like 3 separate like history lessons.
All right.
Because it might just help us zero in.
Yeah.
For sure.
I will say, all you really do need to know, though, is about the dragon. We're named the Purple Dragon Knights because of, do you remember, I think I said it earlier, it's like Thulgor, something along those lines for the dragon, named after his scales. Elite of Cormyr, we do a vow to Cormyr to serve, like, the nobility and protect the crown and all of that. Your typical, like, run-of-the-mill knight stuff.
Perfect.
Pretending like you're a crusader, but good.
I was gonna ask, because my symbol is covered, can I just pretend I'm just a contractor or a bounty hunter or something that's not affiliated with all the stuff that I'm not gonna have information about if somebody asks me a question?
Let's be a roving trader, merchant
That's
that we're
exactly-
escorting.
I mean, we
So
could all just use the
You're
backup
being
plan and pretend we're actors.
transformed into a hireling, so we have a hireling and a henchman.
There we go.
And
Perfect.
2 PCs. We're ready to go. Anyway, backup story. Are you getting closer to this place, or are you all just standing in the pouring rain 1,000 feet from us?
I imagine that we're getting closer as we're like
Yes.
talking about this in hushed tones.
As you do, you will discover that it's at least a 2-story structure, maybe even a 3-story structure. It's got sort of a complicated, slated roof. It looks like it was, handmade. Everything's kind of handmade, but everything's one-off handmade around here. And it's maybe 60 by 80 in terms of its footprint, but a little rambling. It has a manger, I guess is the best word I would describe, sort of adjacent to it, in which there appear to be some horses. So there's some horses in there because they're sort of moving around when the lightning comes. It has a porch that you sort of step up onto before you go to the big front door, which is a big wooden front door that's like iron bar reinforced. And it has a little path that winds around to the back that's probably to privies or something like that. And there's a sign sort of hanging from the front of it that has in a circle 9 bows with an arrow strung to the bow. And in the center, a stag, symbol of a stag, a symbol of a bear, and a symbol of a wolf, all kind of together. You're now
as we're approaching,
40 feet away.
could we examine the horses real quick and see if any of them have had any either purple dragon symbols removed from them or like clearly display it? Because I remember there was 2 horses with those people, and one of them was let out.
True. Do you want to approach the strange horses at the manger leaning against the place in case, I don't know, somebody hears that and decides maybe you're trying to steal them? I don't know.
Hey,
do you want to do that?
Yang,
You can do that if you want to do.
Yang, how good are you with animals? If I were to say, do they trust you inherently?
So all of my friends' pets, anecdotally, cats and dogs, even if they're just the worst,
I see Banzai's face.
they like me.
All right,
they
cool.
will sit on my lap, even this first time meeting, etc.
Good. All right, I mean, listen, I'm down for you to go check out the animals if you want to check out the animals. I personally would rather knock on the door first, but hey, I got a bow. I don't want to shoot nobody. Truly, I don't want to kill anyone while we're here, personally. If we have to, but let's just be careful, because apparently everybody's at war.
I don't want to actually, touch the animals or anything. I just want to look from afar to see if they have any of the gear that, stylistically is the purple dragon stuff.
Can you roll a 27 there for me?
3.
One of them
has a purple blanket under its saddle. You can't see the symbol. You'd have to get close. But it's the same color as the cloak.
All right, well, be on our guards, because there is that purple blanket. I'm not saying it's a smoking gun, but there's smoke coming from this building.
What color is the cloak I'm wearing, though?
Purple.
Ah, dang it. Okay.
So the only person not wearing purple stuff is Christian, the hireling, who has green, forest green.
Okay. I'm gonna knock.
So Christian.
Wait. Before you knock. I just had like a thought. That symbol, that mark, it had a skull on it, right? No jaw at the bottom.
That's an accurate statement. Yeah, with sunburst.
I'm gonna let mine glow a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty sure that's the God of Lies symbol.
Ooh, less cool.
Just kind of putting that out there. So, be careful. You can go back to knocking.
Pop, 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 pop.
Was that nice and loud so you can be heard over the thunderstorm?
No, it'll rap.
Okay. It'll take a moment. You'll question whether or not whoever might be inside heard that, but there's cheery light pouring through the shuttered windows. And then you'll hear a strong male voice, slightly accented. I can't really do the accent, but slightly accented, say, "Coming out of the night."
Okay. Is that
all right?
Okay? I look at my compatriots. Is this a secret code that I'm looking at right here? Is this do we know? Is this what they say?
First of all, did we all understand it?
You did. They understood you. You understood them. Oh.
Told you, y'all. I got
Christian did tell you had you covered.
I got you. English is the language of commerce, yo. Let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. It is a cheery enough inn, tavern, something like that. There's people inside it. There's a warm fire in there. Do you all kind of just want to hustle inside, or do you want to sort of stand here for a minute and look at the room before traipsing in?
I'll walk in. I'm going to stand. I'm in the heavy armor, so if something does happen, I can take a hit, hopefully. I'm just going to push the door open, hold my head high, confidently, and I'm going to stroll in.
All right. Anyone not strolling in?
No, I'm strolling in, but I'm waiting for the other people to go in because I'm just the lowly servant. I don't need to go in right away. I'm hunched.
She's henching.
Seems reasonable. Yeah. Okay.
Tap Yang-Yang on the back. Go ahead and go in, buddy. Person that speaks. You speak D&D, man.
I mean, sounds good. And then I say, even louder for the tavern to overhear, "Oh, henchmen, don't get this fine tavern dirty with your muddy tracks, scoff." And then I walk over
all right,
bar
fair enough.
like I belong.
So you will stroll inside. I'm going to describe this place and its inhabitants to you now. It's going to take me a little while because we're operating in the theater of the mind, and there are a number of inhabitants. So hold your thoughts, and then I will inquire about them when we are done. I will say that there is an obvious tavern keeper, bartender sort of fellow standing sort of off to the left near the bar and the kitchens behind him. And he will say, as you come traipsing in, "Come in then, it's blowing up a fierce one. Shut the door behind you." And now you're locked in here with them. All right, so upon crossing the threshold, you are immediately enveloped by the warmth emanating from the grand hearth. This is the nicest it's been since you've arrived. You've been wet since day one. You're still soaking, but at least there's the promise of a fire over there. Flames crackle and dance, casting a warm, inviting glow throughout the space. Contrasting brightly with the stormy night outside, the walls are adorned with time-worn beast head trophies. Boar, deer, wolves, each telling a silent tale of hunts past. Their moth-eaten condition doesn't diminish their grandeur. Instead, it just sort of adds to the room's rustic charm. Shadows lay thick across the room, and it smells of wood smoke, cheap ale, and something delicious cooking from somewhere within. Dotting the main room are numerous sitting beds reminiscent of sofas. These plush seating areas, while aged, seem to offer comfort to the guests and invite them to settle down and perhaps partake in a meal or a drink. Several of the current guests are grouped at these sitting beds, engaged in hushed conversation or simply soaking in the warmth of the fire. There are also assorted handmade decorations around the room, paper candle bags mostly, with animals painted on them, and sticks and flowers shaped into wreaths, almost as if a festival or a holiday is taking place. To the left-hand side of the room, as you're looking at it coming in, a door stands open to what is clearly the lodge's kitchen, revealing a quieter scene compared to the main room. A pot simmers on the stove, and the comforting aroma of stew is what must be filling the air. Here, the lodge's matron and two younger women in their late teens or early 20s with a distinct family resemblance to both the barkeep and the woman who's the chief cook, work in a well-practiced choreography. The fatigue of the lateness of the hour evident only slightly in their movements. Near the entrance to the kitchen stands the small bar. The lodge keeper, a robust man in his 50s or 60s maybe, mans it with the gravitas that only an old soldier could possess. His seasoned eyes watch over the room, ensuring the safety and comfort of all under his roof. By the bar, in conversation with him when you arrived, a lively-looking blonde-haired lass, who is most likely a tavern girl, stands engaged in hushed chatter with him. Her stance and the playful glint in her eyes hint at an underlying mischief, stark contrast to the older man's stern demeanor. On one of the more isolated sitting beds, there is a woman in her late to middle 30s, of average height and with an ever so slightly stocky build, resting comfortably. Her brown hair, cut short in a practical manner, and the slightly seductive cut of her utilitarian hunting attire, leather armor, immediately separates her from the common hunter. A short bow is propped up against the back of the chair she's sitting in. Multiple knives, some openly displayed and others no doubt concealed, hint at her preparedness. She obviously has seen much of the world, and her attentive green-gray eyes scan you as you enter. Beside her, a younger man in his early 20s sits somewhat awkwardly. His lanky frame, combined with curly blonde hair, gives him a slightly innocent appearance. However, a closer inspection reveals an intelligence in his eyes that suggests he's more observant than he's just letting on. He's clad in dark brown leathers, clearly outfitted for a hunting expedition, with a short bow resting on his chair and a dagger tucked into one boot. His demeanor appears reserved, and he's glancing around the room, particularly towards you, in a manner that suggests he's actively gauging the situation, awaiting some sort of direction. Above the hearth, a large cat, an orange tabby, perches, its eyes gleaming with a mix of curiosity and mischief. But this is no ordinary cat. It takes you a moment to process the fact that it has wings. If my technical wizard could share that photo with you all. They're feathered and topped with the eye-like patterns that you might find on a peacock. However, of far more urgent notice is the immediately recognizable trio of people seated at one of these lounge chairs. Seated on another sitting bed, there's one dressed in purple robes, typical of a wizard. Beside him, a man in knight's armor rests, his hand never straying too far from the hilt of his sword. The way scanning the room speaks of a lifetime spent on high alert. The third, in lighter attire, suitable for quick movement, scouting, frequently glances towards the windows and the storm beyond, as if measuring the night. They are the spitting image of the three dead men you encountered on the trail. What are you thinking right now?
Wait, real quick. So when you say spitting image, you don't just mean like attired? Do you mean like actual?
I mean, they are the spitting image, as if these men had been brought back to life and brought inside this inn in front of you. You've seen these 3 men tonight, dead on the trail.
The plot thickens.
I immediately just start thinking, I go, Sirik, what? I don't know what you've done or why you've chosen us to deal with this, but I hope this is one of your tricks. Because in my head, I'm going to also tell you guys in hushed whispers, I think the 3 voices that are talking to us are gods. The skull, the jawless skull with the starburst, Sirik, the hand, left hand pointing with the flame is, I think it's Azuth, the god of wizards, and then the gauntleted hand is Torn. Those are the symbols of those 3 deities. And I go, am I right? And I just straight up ask Sirik.
So you'll do that. Mm-hmm. And the James Earl Jones in your head will say, quick, cloak your mind with the most basest of desires.
I immediately think of food and warm blankets. I mean, if someone's telling me that, I'm just gonna...
I want to be warm. I'm so cold. I want to
be warm. So that's what Caleb's thinking when he lays eyes on that trio. Christian, what are the thoughts that go through your head when you lay eyes on that trio?
Changelings or something, copycats, clones, I don't care. Like Christian is like, not my problem.
Whatever those are.
I mean, like, hey, that guy.
Problem.
I'm not trying to put stuff together here.
You've got the default voice in your head.
Yep.
Quick, the barmaid. Pay very careful attention to her.
I look at the barmaid.
Okay.
There you go.
Yang-Yang, what are your thoughts upon seeing those 3 individuals?
I think I would mentally drop the bomb and just like keep dropping it over and over. Like, what? What? And then I'd like make eyes at the other people, like, you know, Christian and Caleb and Banzai, like, you seeing this?
All right, so, but mostly just, what? I'm having trouble processing. What the hell? What's going on? Okay, so that's your thing.
We tripping? Am I tripping?
Hang on, I'm recording these.
I fell a long time ago, man.
Oh, I totally forgot that was like a personal thing that only Caleb could hear, so ignore what I just said earlier.
Oh, terribly sorry. So what I'm going to do instead is come to you and say, so you'll see the 3 of them, and what will your immediate response be?
I'm going to lean hard in the I'm pretending I am somebody else in this world. Don't pay mind to me. I'm just like, let me go ahead and dry this off. I'll go toward the fire and just warm myself off and just, you know.
So in your mind, you've got, remind me the choice of series for you.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. In your mind, Morgan Freeman will calmly say, steady your mind. I'm about to try to shield it. And you'll think about getting warm.
Yeah, getting warm and, you know what? Rolling a meandering walk that we just took. It was a nice meandering walk in the rain. Now I want to be warm.
Could you roll a 20-sided die?
18.
It'll take you a moment to realize that the mark on your chest is faintly luminescing. And Morgan Freeman will add, and you may wish to hide that from sight.
Turn off. Oh, wait. Can I, like, turn off?
Okay. And it'll, start to luminesce ever so less so that you can't get through your gear. Could you roll a 20-sided die for me?
Oh, who? Me?
You, yes.
Oh, God. I'm just a lowly NPC, 3.
Kris, you sneaky man.
A lowly NPC. I am known for my sneakiness, Caleb. That is a thing that is true. So you will, for a moment in your mind, Banzai, have both a feeling and a vision, an image of a faceless, non-human, just faceless non-human with a selfish sentience and intent, who's borrowing human thoughts and knowledge not their own. Something somewhere in this room fits that quality. Okay. So that's your initial reactions to the situation. The lodge keeper, seeing you all coming in out of the night, will say, well met, travelers. Ain't often we get green boots at the Nine Hunters, especially when Salune is already high in the sky. Come in, take a breather. We've got some hot stew waiting. And before any of you can respond or say anything back to him, the blonde woman he was speaking to will approach your general direction with a welcoming smile. She's pretty, late 20s maybe, about 5'6", dressed as you would expect a barmaid to be dressed, with curly blonde hair. Well met, green boots. By Mistress Weave, I've never seen folk brave a tempest quite like you lot. What brings you through such foul weather? Fancy a tankard or a bite? Anyone care to respond?
Did we find money on those bodies?
You know you didn't.
And we can't exchange them for golden lions until we make it to a town.
Perhaps they would take some sort of barter.
Perhaps we could do a performance of some kind to pay for it. I mean, we are a traveling troupe of actors, or at least us two. And as I say that, you can see that I'm just kind of like very unsure to Yang-Yang, but like when I look at him and then I look at those, and I'm just like very, well, of course, like, yes, we did brave this night, but you know what they say, entertainment has no horizons and weathers all storms.
So, Christian, she's staring and smiling broadly at you in a very welcoming way. You were, after all, paying attention to her a few moments ago. Maybe she spotted you doing that and thought you were flirting. Did you want to say something? She's waiting.
Yeah. I wanted to say thank you so much for your hospitality. It is very wet.
She's nodding helpfully and gesturing you towards a table near the window.
Oh, thank you so much.
The bartender or lodge keeper will interrupt in a casual manner and say, a bit closer to the hearth for our guests, Leora. They look like they've been through a water elemental's tantrum out there. And she'll respond with a light chuckle. Of course, my oversight. Please, this way. And lead you over to a couch near the fire.
Oh, thank you so very much. And what was that? What was your name again? I'm so sorry.
Leora.
Leora. Nice to meet you.
And your name?
My name is
Christian.
Yes.
Well met, Christian.
Well met, Leora. As my good compatriots did say, that we are a traveling band of players, and sadly we do not have any coin on us as of
She's
yet.
pointing in the direction of the armored person.
Yes.
He's not a warrior, and he's not a wizard. That's pointed at Yang-Yang.
Oh, you just mean that we're such great actors that we just really seem like the roles that we're inhabiting.
The only magic that he produces when he's on stage, it's actually quite amazing. And I do appreciate the compliment. I understand that my build would suggest that I am more of a fighter, and I can handle myself, but I have been so inspired and take after the Purple Dragon Knights that I felt it's only my duty as an entertainer to spread their story to all who can hear it.
Quite frankly, it does. We are, in a sense, all of us, more than just playing our roles, right? I mean, he puts on the armor each morning, he puts on the wizard garb, I put on this, right? And our stagehand here carries it all for us. And so sometimes it makes us think that we actually are a part of our roles themselves. We've taken a little bit.
Yes.
Don't normally get actors this far out in the forest. Are you here for the Midsummer Festival?
This far out, our map, so on the way, we got caught in the storm and our map was gone and we kind of got turned around. Where exactly are we?
You're in the King's Forest. at the Nine Hunters Lodge, near the plunge pool.
Plunge pool? We certainly got turned around. I was hoping that we might be going towards Tilverton.
Ooh, Tilverton. That's quite a ways from here.
So it's Tilverton, okay. And this is just like to myself. I'm glad about Tilverton not being destroyed. So that kind of gives us some information about timeline and where we are.
Okay, clever. So Banzai, could you roll a 20-sided die for me?
Okay. Staying in the corner. 13.
You're a stagehand. So the thing
Yes.
about stagehands, which is apparently your character class now, the thing about stagehands is that they have a capability of sort of paying attention to things when other people are engaged in conversation, and they're all sort of chatting up Leora. So you'll be able to sort of scan the rest of the room. You'll notice a couple things. The woman seated with the younger, more inexperienced man looked disappointed when you rolled in. Like maybe she was expecting someone and it wasn't you. It is the middle of the night, in the middle of a storm. So who you'd be expecting, no one's guess. But clearly anxious to see someone come through the door and then disappointed that who was coming through the door was you. You'll notice the group of individuals that you saw dead out on the trail that are now alive in here look you all up and down and turn away. Like whatever they were looking at turned out not to be terribly interesting. And so maybe they're paying a little bit of attention, but more they're talking to each other than they are focused intently on you. Okay. So back to Leora. So you don't even have a thumb? It's only one thumb for some mash and two thumb for some stag stew. Surely you must have some coin to be all this way out.
Sadly, Leora, on the way here, we were actually attacked by,
Sturges.
Can everybody roll a 20-sided die for me?
6.
Okay,
6
5,
also.
6, 4. We're all under 10. Yang, what'd you get?
6.
6. Okay, we're all under 10. Didn't somebody say something earlier the last time we played about yen?
Oh, yeah, I guess I got some yen. I'd be like,
Are those metal coins or is that paper?
It's definitely metal. I guess my pragmatic voice has given me an idea. And instead of pulling everything out that I have, I will pull out the smallest yen coin, 2 yen, or let's see, there's 4 of us, 4 yen coins. Like
what do those look like? What color are they?
Actually, they're copper. There's copper, silver, and gold. Okay.
Do they have copper content? Like a penny has copper content?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Okay.
I can go look it up again, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. So I'll pull out 4 copper pieces and I'll say we were attacked on the way in. Sadly, most of our coin was dashed away from us, but I was able to retain.
Sturges, those are very dangerous.
Yes, very, very. But luckily, like I said, my compatriots, they embody their characters very well, and we were able to bash it away. But here you go. This is the best I can do for now. And I will.
Okay, and she'll put her hand out. She'll take a look at them, like sort of move them around in her palm, and say, "These are very strange coins. I've never seen them before. I'll have to ask Drevlin if it's okay that we honor them as thumbs, but they appear to be copper."
Yes, very much so. I appreciate it.
So this is 4. That will buy you each mash or 2 servings of the stew. She'll look away. She'll look away conspiratorially and then look back at you. She's leaning in a little close. She smells good. She'll say, "I think I might be able to do something for you, stranger. Why don't we say, I'll set the 4 of you up, each with some mash and 1 bowl of stew you can share."
Well, Leora, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Perhaps you can find a way to repay me later, and she'll wink at you.
I'll give her a good smile and wink back.
Okay. What are you thinking right now, Christian?
Christian's definitely thinking, like, I am not sleeping with this woman. I have no idea who she is. She might smell good, but she might be unsanitary. This is wild. This is so forward. I could never in my life. But he just smiled. Like, that's me.
Okay. Noted. Banzai, could you roll a 27 die for me?
Oh, God.
A 1! Okay. So, you know, you might just be imagining this. You might just be imagining this. But when she turned away, she was flirting with Christian. Christian was flirting back with her. When she turned away, she looked a little disappointed, almost petulant across her face. You're free to do with that information what you will. She's headed to the bar to get you all your mash and stew.
Is there like space? How close are the other people towards us?
The room, as I said, the whole first floor, with the exception of the kitchen, is mostly this room. So nobody's closer than about 10 feet away.
Right.
And there's only two other tables. One with 2 people, the woman in her 30s and the man in his 20s, who look kind of like hunters. And then the other table filled with the 3 dead men that you
Who's
saw.
closest to me? Do I know?
In the party?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say that you're sitting between Yang-Yang and Caleb, equidistant, and that Christian's across
with a
the table.
real, kind of blocking my mouth a little bit, hey, I got a vision of a changeling kind of thing going on that I saw. Somebody that,
You've got not James Earl Jones, Morgan Freeman again. I want to share something with you. Do me a favor and lay your bare flesh on the bare flesh of the person you're trying to talk to.
Achoo!
Oh, gross.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Put my hand down on when I sneezed, and then.
Okay, so touched Yang-Yang, right?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, sure, whatever. Excuse me. Embrace it.
Speak inside your mind.
Oh, speak in my mind,
Speak inside your mind.
Okay, Yang-Yang, can you hear me right now?
You can hear her right now, and it's her voice.
I think back, F-bomb. How are you doing this?
I don't know. Can you? Oh, well, okay. It might look too suspicious if we all hold hands together like we're praying or something, so let's not. But, I guess I'm going to share this information there's a thing, I want to say changeling because that's the only thing I can equate to it. Something that absorbs memories and faces. And there's entity of that sort. I don't know, it said entity or I don't know if it's multiple or just a single entity. I'm just going to let you know, maybe that's why we see the exact same people that were in the forest. So I'm sharing that with you, but I don't know how to share that with everybody. I don't know if we can mind melt together.
Okay, I have an idea. You pass this on to Caleb, who's on your other side, and I'll casually touch Christian. So we're not all touching each other, but we could pass on the info simultaneously.
I don't know if that's gonna work with all of us. Voice, is that gonna work if we do that? Can you help us out?
All bearers of the mark are capable, through physical contact, of communicating with each other silently in each other's minds. It's just one of the perks.
Okay, cool. That's cool. But it has to be skin-to-skin contact, so that's gonna be kind of...
Bare flesh, yes.
Bare flesh, all right.
Okay. So I break contact with Banzai.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneeze all over you. I'm sorry. I'm such a. Let me make it. I'll go ahead and get clean. Oh, sorry, sir. I think I put something on your neck as well.
You were helpfully covered in mud, so you've spread some of that to you.
Oh, yeah.
What goes around comes around, Yang Yang.
Oh God, Christian, could you help me just get some of this mud off? Like, you just scrape it off, like with your bare hand. It's like so much easier to do that than with any implement. Just don't bother to cover your hands. While you're doing it.
I'm not touching you.
Yang Yang, what are you, bro? Like,
Okay. You know what? I'll level with you. Like earlier.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
Y'all
earlier
were just
when
so
you were...
silent for all of a sudden and just looking at each other back and forth for a good 5 to 10, maybe 20 seconds.
Dude, back there in the tree when we were all fighting those Sturges and you like fell down, I think you disrupted the attention of the Sturges long enough for the rest of us to kill it. So in some way, you were like the hero of that fight. So good job, huh?
All right.
So we bump fists and then it just like freaking holds and then I speak in his mind. Christian, there's some changelings. Don't panic.
Hands off immediately. Like,
you'll get that. Christian, there's some changelings. Don't panic. It looks like he's maybe panicking a little.
And then I look at Banzai Baby and give her a thumbs up.
Oh, so you got something on your neck right there, and I kind of tentatively touch Caleb right here on the neck and be like, we can talk really quick as long as we skin to skin. Changelings.
All you hear in my head is, God, just please stop lying to me and just tell me what's going on. Like I understand that everything, you're supposed to be God, you're supposed to be helping us, it's crazy, but I want to go home. I'm putting on a front for them. Like, please, I'm scared. I can't fight.
So that's you talking to the voice in your head, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still in?
That's me
still
talking to Banzai as the response. Because I still think I'm talking to the god of lies, like what I was doing.
Oh, it looks like you have a real big knot in there. Let me go ahead and massage that out for you, sir. Let me get.
Isn't this quite? This is not the best. And then
No. It's a very ancient technique I learned. So yes, I don't know, like in my head, like I guess this is gonna be me talking mentally. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know much details. I also got Isekai'd or something into this universe. I don't know. My god said, we got the symbols. We can talk as long as we touch physically. Oh, sir, how does that feel? Is that good on your shoulder right there? I'm sure the food will come really, really quickly.
This plate feels rather heavy. It does help, like this knot right here.
But yes, they shared a vision with me, the voice and the changelings. I mean, I don't know if they're called changelings, but it's something that can absorb the face and memories of people. So, do with that information how you're gonna do.
All you hear me go back in my head is just go, oh, and then I just drop like the S-bomb. I'm just like, you see like my face turns pale.
And
I'm just like, and I just immediately go, stop thinking. I say stop, like just surface level stop. Think something else.
That is a message to Banzai or yourself?
To Banzai.
Oh.
Like surface level thoughts, stop them. Like think of something else. Do not think about changelings. Do not let them know what you're doing.
Morgan Freeman again. Your mind, Banzai, is cloaked. No one else's here is.
Oh, damn. Okay. Shoot. I should have just stayed quiet in my head.
Looks like your drinks are coming over, so that's a thing. It's about to happen.
Yeah, Christian,
I'd like the record. Oh, you're good. Keep going.
I was about to say, I'm just going to say, I mean, there's changelings. I don't know where that came from. And I'm going to be honest with you. My idea of changelings comes, like, my thought process of changelings is you leave your kid out in the woods and then it's going to be replaced with something. Other than that, I mean, I watched, like, what was it? That Netflix series about the fairies or whatever. I watched that.
Carnival Row?
Again, no, it was like Twinks or something like that, like the adult version of the little characters. So even then though, I'm not even thinking about them. I'm thinking about who the heck was just talking in my brain this time.
Seeing your confusion, I think I'm just going to like lean over and just like put my hand on your elbow, just like, you know, holding it for a second because it seems like, you know, you're freaking out. I'm like, hey, And then I just download into your head, hey, if we have skin against contact, we talk to each other, they're changelings, they're D&D changelings, they can read our thoughts, they might be stealing the faces of the people that are just killed, and something in here is definitely not what it seems. So, watch out.
Wait, I'm just going to ask this one thing.
He's back at you. He's back at you with the one thing.
Right? Hey, why does this matter to us? Right? Like, Yang-Yang, we just gotta go to sleep, and then we gotta leave. Right? Like, find the nearest place to leave. Y'all
so
are
while
thinking main character thoughts right now, man. I need you to pull it back.
While touching Christian's elbow still, so I sigh, like a long sigh in my mind, and then with my other hand, I just reach out and just, like, touch Banzai Baby's wrist.
Okay. You are now, the three of you, in contact physically with each other.
Wait, I thought Banzai was also touching Caleb.
The
not
four
anymore.
of you in contact with each other.
I'm immediately gonna think back. You need to let us go. We look so sus right now, and if
You're
it is what I think it is,
broadcasting to everyone now.
mm-hmm. I'm broadcasting to the four of them, and I'm like,
You are broadcasting to everyone now.
I'm gonna say out loud, hey guys.
I move away. I just
are
break
you guys
off.
Are you guys prepared to have a great show? But in my head, I'm like, yo, we gotta convince Christian that these changelings are bad. So like, Banzai.
You are now only talking to Christian and Banzai because Caleb broke the mind meld contact. Speak
All
on.
right.
Banzai, did you get like an actual like dark warning, or was it just?
Peppermint. I'm actually, they can't hear my thoughts, but you guys are not safe. La 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 la. Oh, would you like a massage too, sir? Hold on, let me go ahead and get your shoulder as well. I'm so sorry. Here, I neglected my due diligence. Pound your shirt. I'm just like projecting.
You have just come into this role and you are making it your own. You are the traveling stagehand for this adventuring party.
So, do we get like 2 short rest die back from the massages as part of the class?
Yeah.
There are no short rests in 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons. All right, so back to your mash has showed up. So Leora, who is carrying a clay pitcher in one hand that's sloshing with some foamy beverage, and 4, holding them together by their handles, clay mugs in the other, will place these down on the table. She will smile at you, Christian, but that's it. She doesn't say anything else. And she will say, your stew will be out in a moment.
Thanks, Leora. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Here, there's a mug for you, and here's a mug for you, and I will drink my mug glass. Thank you.
It smells like apples. Whatever it's made out of, it smells like apples.
Well, that's not fun. That's arsenic. I will stick to my water.
I mean, isn't arsenic almonds?
I don't know. That's what's going to bring.
Okay,
I don't trust none of y'all. Like,
he's having a lot of thoughts. There are a lot of thoughts with him right now. Okay, Caleb, yes.
2 things. 1,
2 things.
surface level thoughts. I want to start thinking something along the lines of, we did just get back from our patrol. We didn't really see anything there, but there should be another guard posting or a patrol coming out here within at least like a few hours. Like, I want to start coming up with like fake patrols in my head, because if they are detecting surface level thoughts, my thought process is I can kind of deceive them with that.
Backup's coming. Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah, backup's coming. I'm like, we got attacked by the Sturges. I don't know what's going on, but they do need to know. And then I am going to go into my bag, and I'm gonna look at Banzai. I'm gonna go, Banzai, can you grab me one of the potions from my bag? And I'm talking about like the energy drinks.
Yes, sir.
And I currently, what I do have in my bag, because I just made a run to Publix, I have a pack of 12 in my backpack.
Oh, so, wow, okay. You're ready to go.
I didn't get to put them in the fridge before this started, so it kind of worked out. But I bring it out, and I say, would you like one? And I hold them out to Christian, Yang-Yang, and Banzai. And I go,
what kind of container are these?
Cans. They're cans.
Yeah, but we're in medieval.
I'm aware. I am
I'm
aware.
aware.
I'm
Okay.
very aware of this.
Okay, I take
And then-
one then.
And I go, and as it's happening, I say, cheers to another amazing performance prior to getting here, and to all of those that we can have later. And I put my hand up, and I say, and to the new potion that I have crafted, may it give you energy and keep your heart pounding for days. And put it up
Some
to do
would
like
say
a
it
like
gives
a
you
cheers.
wings.
Are we
And-
all drinking the energy potion?
As our fists touch, I want to say, I just want to go lie to yourself so you can lie to them. And I pull my hand back. And before I do that, I go, don't trust the food.
Yeah,
So, a moment. When you complete that line, I have to say, I'm proud of you. That's James Earl Jones.
I still think I'm not trying to understand what's going on, if I'm being like completely honest with it. But because of that, I'm not thinking like thoughts of, oh my god, we might be I'm thinking I want to go home. That's what I want to do.
When you
I'm
think
thinking
about
I am
home,
wet.
What's home like when you're thinking about home that you want to go to?
I'm thinking
Is it
of
your
dry-
apartment in
dry
Tokyo?
clothes. Honestly, it's probably my family. Thinking of like my brother, my mom, my dad. Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking about. I'm taking what they're saying seriously, but if I'm role playing myself right now,
You
I'm
are, I
thinking
hope.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm so done with all this subterfuge of stuff. I have no idea what they're talking about, and I want to go home.
You
All
know,
right.
Christian, you would be the one when the gods tell you, do not let anyone know that you're from another planet. And then everyone's like, don't think those thoughts. And you go, I wish I was at home eating ramen. I wish I was listening to K-pop. Like,
I need some food, man.
All right.
I
So,
don't know.
is anyone drinking the mash?
no.
You
I
ordered
got
it.
my.
It was
Yeah.
brought to the
Goldfish.
table. You paid for it, and now
I'ma
you're all
drink it.
drinking energy drinks, or how
I'll
is this
drink
playing
it.
out?
Like, if not only not to be rude, like, she did just.
Is the
I don't-
barmaid still with us?
She went to go get the stew.
Okay. I'm just eating my generic smiling fish crackers.
Okay, generic smiling fish crackers. Okay, so Christian's gonna try the mash. Anybody else?
I will go ahead and have a sip. I've had homemade meat. I had homemade cider before. I've made cider before, so I would think I'd know like it'd be kind of dry and not as sweet.
This
unless
is not very different from what you would expect homemade cider to taste like. It's fairly strong, right? And it's got a bit of particulate matter floating in it, the fuzzy bits at the top, right? But it's not bad. Whoever makes this stuff doesn't do an awful job. Clearly, probably very local.
Yeah, it probably won't be that strong because they don't have sugar. You need sugar to accelerate I actually know the mead making process for apples and stuff. And I'm like, it wouldn't, like, normally, it depends on how sweet the apples is, because the apples that we use are Granny Smith, are not genetically, but they're bred to be that. Sorry, not to go on this tangent, but I don't think
Please
it's more than
do.
5%.
Please do.
Banzai, we should start a business in the realms, and you will just take over the alcohol business.
You could.
You
Banzai
absolutely-
booze.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. All right. So, Yang, you have any?
I think I dip a finger in there, and then see if it first like burns my finger. Or
Your
anything
finger
like
does
that.
not disintegrate. There's no vat of acid or anything like that. You're good to go.
Okay, then yeah, I drink some
Okay.
because
So
I love food. I love trying out new foods, and I cannot resist.
it's
I
not
don't like
bad.
cream of wheat. Cream of
So-
wheat's kind of disgusting.
So Caleb, you're it in terms of not drinking. You're just that potion, and you are that's what we're doing. Hey,
It gives me
and
my energy.
speaking of new food, your single large bowl with 4 spoons, wooden, has arrived of stew. She's gonna place it down in the center of the table, and she will say it is the matron's stag sausage stew, made in preparation for the midsummer holiday, and it's fresh, so it should be pretty good.
It's summer. It's summer.
Have you tried it yet?
Oh, absolutely.
What can I expect? Am I thinking like salty flavors? Am I thinking
Yeah, it's definitely
savory.
fairly salted, but there's a little bit of like pepper in it, so it has a bit of a kick.
Ooh, it's
Mostly hearty on a cold, stormy night like tonight.
So if I look at it, would I know that they use blood as a thickener? Because you can tell when blood is used as a thickener.
Apparently not just a vintery, but also a kitchen of some kind or another, Yang-Yang, for your business.
Yes.
Hey, she's not wrong.
That seems likely. And it also seems like it probably has potatoes. Those are probably chunks of potatoes, leeks, and maybe carrots in it.
Okay, so it's like potatoes are good energy. Sorry, I just know these things. Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, we could turn this into a cozy isekai, like tavern running adventure right now.
It's good as a thickening agent. That's what they used to use. It's good for iron.
It's absolutely true.
Hey, while all this is happening, I kind of want to talk to
Christian wants to tell me a thing. Christian, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take this bad boy out of the side of my backpack. I'm gonna take the top off and then tap back on it, put it away for later, just so I can have some.
So a little bit of stew for you that you're not eating now, but that you're saving. Okay.
Yeah, some stew for later.
So, not eating the stew, Christian. Eating the stew?
I'm gonna look up at my chef friend. Yo, Caleb.
Your literal chef friend.
Yeah,
okay,
my little chef friend. Like, Caleb. All right, what we looking at, man? What pathogens? What? Does this look fresh? Does it not look fresh?
It doesn't matter if it's fresh or not. You're going to be using a bush for quite a long time if you eat that. Our bodies are not adapted to this food. We've never consumed anything like this. It's like drinking the water in a foreign country.
Okay.
So unless you want dysentery, like the Oregon Trail.
I'm assuming that's out loud. Because you didn't say it wasn't.
Yes, it is out loud.
All right.
And then I go, all of that aside, so ever since you kept saying midsummer, I've been racking my brain to try to figure out what exactly, like there's this little bit of knowledge in the back of my head. But then I remembered the storm. And then I remembered the gods themselves ensure good weather for midsummer, and if there's a storm, that's a very bad sign.
Wow, that is a deep cut of Forgotten Realms lore you've got right there, Caleb. Nicely done.
And like it's been bothering me the whole time. I've been like, there's something about this that's not sitting right. And so I'm just gonna lean forward. I'm gonna put my hand. I'm gonna tell everyone, because I mean, I think everybody would know this. It's not just people from our world, but people in Faerun as well. Where I just go, seems like it's a bad omen to have a storm during midsummer, right? I don't think that really bodes well. We should probably get to the nearest town as soon as we can and find some safer lodging. I mean, yes, we might have the armor and be acting like purple dragon knights, but we're not. So things might get a little bit hairy for us.
So you want to leave now?
It's less about leaving now. We should probably leave when the weather's cleared up just a little bit, because if we go out now, we can get attacked by the Sturges. There's monsters and beasts. Like, this is the King's Forest. I can't defend myself at night when I can't see. Can you?
Let's have an arm wrestling right now and see who can defend themselves.
All right. I mean, you've lost to me every time.
Stop you for a second there. So there was talk of dysentery in the Oregon Trail, but that food does smell pretty good. Is anyone gonna eat it?
I was gonna honestly, I have one more of these bottles right there. I was gonna put the rest of all of 2 liters worth of soup in that bottle.
Well, hang on to that thought for a second, and let's see if any of your companions would like to try the sausage stew.
I am gonna do it because I figured, this is me mentally, I can see 2020 now. I can run like an athlete. I'm pretty sure maybe my guts are like super probiotic. So I will go ahead and bite this. I'll avoid the big meteor chunks, but I'll have the potato. I will scoop out the potatoes. The potatoes are where the most bang for your buck is in this survival situation. I am going to eat.
I feel like we need like
potatoes.
an Iron Chef kind of a situation here, like an Iron Realm chef.
God shielded your mind. I hope he shielded your stomach.
Okay, so that's what you're doing, Banzai. How about you, Yang-Yang?
Yeah, I think I also eat the stew because I had similar thinking to Banzai. Also we're a magical realm, and I assume it smells good.
It smells bloody fantastic. You guys didn't realize how starving you were until you just got food in front of you that was hot and smelled good. Somebody fortunately has those smiling fish that he's been nibbling on, so he's taking the edge off for the rest of you. Whew. And so are you avoiding bits, or are you just digging in deep, Yang-Yang?
I am the traveler who, when I go to a foreign country, eats the street food. So, yeah, I think I would just eat.
You got it, buddy. Okay.
Unless it clearly looks like a body part or an eyeball or something.
Delightful to you, and it tastes great too. So Christian, it doesn't look like you're going to get more of that for your container because they're just chowing down on that over there. Okay, there you go. Okay, sorry. Don't let me interrupt you. Please, go on.
Hold on. I do think it's only fair, Kris, that I tell you I was thinking about Mystra's death while all of this was happening.
Okay.
So,
when you think about Mystra's death, what kind of things do you think about?
It was more so just bad omen before the plague and timeline of things. I can't quite remember if the spell plague happened around midsummer, but I know that that's around anytime there's rain or something, there's supposed to be a big event or a plague or some great disaster. And so the only one that I can think of right now is the spell plague. But I can't tell if that doesn't make sense because the Goblin War was right before. Yeah, but that's what my mind is actively doing while. So I just felt it was only fair to tell you that.
Got it. Thank you. I appreciate the candor.
Of course.
Christian?
I'm just trying to wait so he can grab my hand so I can
grab
talk
your
to him.
hands.
Okay, so Caleb, bro, obviously you know more than I know about
Are we doing this
stuff.
while we're
Yeah, we're you see our hands are going up, face turning red.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so look, obviously, bro, you know more about this than I do. I just need to cut it straight for me. Okay, so obviously there's danger in here, there's danger out there. Plan-wise, between me and you, or between all four of us, I can tell them later. It's the same thing. I've been telling everybody. I mean, I want to get to a town, right? I don't want to hit anybody with this sword. I don't want to shoot anybody with these arrows. And quite frankly, that is, what the heck, man? That's wild to be thinking about that stuff. But for me, right now, I just think the easiest thing for us to do is just talk to as many little people, as few people as possible, get the exact information we need to get, and then just leave. Y'all are really scaring me with all of the things that y'all are saying. And
Christian, you're a player. You always have been.
I am a player.
And then I'm gonna say the way that my thoughts are gonna go back and forth is I'm gonna say something and then try to quickly think of something else. Because Banzai straight up said we're not shielded, so it's gonna go.
Well,
it's gonna go. It's gonna go. No, I'm gonna hold your hand. I'm gonna be like, where F-bomb? We need we have to be careful. I don't want to kill anyone either. And you hear, I'm gonna get you down, and I start pushing you down. And then I go, oh, you know me. It's all bravado right now. I just when it comes to a serious situation, disassociation to the max. I'm not here. I'm here, but I'm not.
Okay, I got you. I got you, bro.
And I go, so what we need to do, and as this happens, you start pushing me back down. It's above the table. It's gonna signal the end of our conversation. I just go. I
think that story about you being a traveling band of actors isn't just a story after all.
It's as I'm about to hit the table, I just say, worst case, we need to defend ourselves. I don't want to use this, but we have no way home. May the gods help us. Your god isn't going to help us. But we have to operate by the Forgotten Realms.
All right.
And then I let my hand hit the table, and I go, I don't understand how so much strength is in such a small body.
Like I said, I'm compact. I always tell y'all I'm compact. I might be small, but that's muscle fibers. That's muscle fibers.
And then I look around and I go, what's the barmaid's name again? Christian.
Leora.
Do you think you can persuade her to get us maybe a room or something for the night? I understand that, circumstances aren't ideal and we might be putting ourselves in danger, but
I got plenty of cash.
Yeah,
I got plenty of cash.
I think maybe one room and yeah.
I pull out I got silver.
I'm saying all this out loud, by the way, to all of you.
Yeah.
It's not just him.
How much, Leora? How much for a room?
So you'll put your hand up and try to summon her over.
Yes.
She was talking to Drevlin, the lodge keeper. She'll head over in your direction in a moment. Banzai, did you want to say something? I saw your hand go up.
Oh, no. Only if, in terms of, like, when Christian goes over, I'll also, like, just kind of aid in the conversation when she comes over. I actually know some handy work. I can repair chairs and furniture. I don't have my tools on me, but being that of a stagehand, I do know some repairs. If that's the conversation that is going to be had, I can offer services in terms of labor.
Oh, are you talking to me or are you talking to Leo?
Well, Christian. Yeah. What? I guess I'll go ahead and say, Christian. You could also barter, because as your stagehand, I'm very handy.
Banzai.
Straighten the title.
You're really getting into this. Like I said, I got plenty of cash. You don't have to worry.
I know, but the less we use, the better. And also, I'm in denial if I stop and think I'm going to cry.
Also, do you think you can ask her directions to the nearest town, perhaps a map or the like, somewhere that's not here?
So I need town, room, any stagehand / handy man.
Well, that's only to offset the costs. So
room and map. Room and map.
I'll pat Christian, and in the flashes, I'll be like, yeah, she's really into you. I know you don't want to, but just be warned. She had a look of disappointment on her face. That's why I say I'm not pushing you, but that's why I'm saying if I can help dispel the cost so you don't have to be pressured into this situation.
All right. I mean, I could grease the wheels if you want to go for. I mean, I can.
Oh no!
I can make an introduction.
No. I'm trying to say that's okay, what she was thinking.
Just making sure you weren't double speaking. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so map. We need a room, a map, and potentially to offset some if anything's broken. I do got quite a few copper coins, but like you guys said, we kind of want to hold on to them as much as we can. All right.
Okay. So, anything from you, Yang-Yang, or are we just gonna see what happens when Leora comes over?
The only thing I want to add is if there's a choice of room, try to get us one with a window where we can watch the front door, so we can kind of see the comings and goings, especially if we could spot the horses.
So before she gets over here, I do want to ask, what's stopping us from just having one person sleep by the fire that's down here and just watching and not having to pay for a room? If we all just sleep in chairs?
We did just chug energy drinks.
I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like we don't have to wait until the sun comes up to leave. We just need to wait until the storm.
Well, that's true, but if we had a room, everything's enclosed. There's not anyone can walk in and see us and take advantage. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a big guy. I got plate mail on. I can't handle 3-4 people attacking me at one time. And if I scream, it's gonna be and then you guys are gone. It's too late.
All right, if you say so.
I mean, it's just more defense.
You sounded like I can't defend myself a little bit, but okay, I got you, Caleb. I got you.
I want to punch Christian in the chest. I'm gonna just boom punch him in the chest.
To punch Christian in the chest, or you want to punch Christian in the chest?
I want to punch in game Christian in the chest. Just boom, the first time, actually.
I deserve
using, like,
that. I
strength.
deserve that. Okay, all right, I deserve that.
Yeah,
All right,
he can connect with you. He's probably surprised you with that one. Like,
I want to hit him, and I'm gonna go. If you thought that hurt, imagine a 6-inch blade of steel going through your sternum.
I got magic.
so
And then I'm
Leora's
gonna light up a little
standing
bit.
there. You look up, and Leora's standing there because you waved her over a few moments ago,
Yes.
and then all of a
I'm sorry,
sudden
it's me just.
she arrived to you punching him. So I'm not sure, but she seems unperturbed by that turn of events.
Yeah.
She's
Man,
looking
Leora,
at you quizzically.
we're just inquiring about a room that we might be able to have, and how much that might cost.
I believe that there are rooms here upstairs. She's pointing at sort of like a climb ladder that goes to a hatch door that would probably open to the floor above. It's not like a, set of stairs that leads to an entryway. It's just literally like you climb this thing and then you undo the hatch and go into the next floor above this one.
Gotcha.
I'd have to ask Drevlin, but I don't see why you couldn't. Are you looking to spend the night?
Yes, it doesn't seem like the storm is going to be letting up anytime soon, especially on our way here. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. If possible, something that might be... I saw some very pretty windows on our way in that had a great lookout from the direction that we came in. If we could have one of those windows, we definitely want to leave as soon as the storm gives way, because the traveling band can't make money in just 1 or 2 spots now, can they?
I guess not. And you are pretty far out, so I thought you'd probably try to perform here, but I don't know. I'm not a traveling actor. I guess I'll ask. I assume one of the windows in the front, or one of the rooms in the front has a window?
Perfect, thank you. And then, so sorry. Last few things. Do you happen to have a map, or could you point us in the nearest direction of the nearest
She'll
town?
smile, big wide smile when you ask her for a map. She'll look down at herself and look at you. I don't really carry maps. The nearest town, that's probably 10 or more leagues away.
Thank you.
You're
so
out near
much.
the plunge pool.
I'm just
Okay.
praying that they know those things. I can't. I'm getting information. So
And
thank you so
off
much.
she goes towards Drevlin.
How far is a league, guys? Like, give me. I mean, American miles, but I've been doing kilometers while I'm here, right? So I know the average of those two as well. What's a league?
Just
don't
over
know.
10, I think, right?
Oh.
Between 10 and 15.
Did you say leagues?
I think.
Like a nautical league? Like boats?
Yeah, I was thinking of that book, right? Like
That's
2,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Something, but under the sea you go by fathoms, I think. But no, it's I think
Yeah.
1 league is like 3.5 miles almost.
Oh, really? I thought it was
30
10.
miles.
So we have map makers, we have vinters, and we have producers of food. I think you guys are cornering the market on quite a number of mercantile
Here we
enterprises.
go.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And we got the money to start it.
So, if that's the case, I have no problem giving a quick performance. Y'all don't even have to do nothing. I got plenty of songs from that musical theater background that I just got on hand, ready to go, built in. So if I need to sing a bunch of foreign tunes from far off lands and share them, we could potentially get a little bit more copper and or silver or gold, depending on how good I am. From
I don't know if they'll accept it, but I do have $1.84 in change in my backpack. It's
How
an
much?
assortment of
What
it's
type of-
pickles? Or I said pickles. It's a bunch of nickels and quarters, dimes, pennies.
I would prefer nickels to pickles. Or pickles to nickels myself.
I would like to ask the barmaid one thing. I'm just gonna go. I did lose track of time. I know that the festival's about to start, but has the long night? When is the long night?
Well, it's Midsummer's Eve. Tomorrow
Right
would be
now.
Midsummer. followed by Shield Meat.
In I cannot for the life of me remember what night this is, because I think, it's okay. I'm gonna be like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of discombobulated from the traveling.
She'll nod at you and move away to go talk to Drevlin. Hey, soup eaters. Can I get you each to roll a 20-sided die for me?
Let's see how that magically reinforced constitution doing.
Okay. So we have a tie amongst the soup eaters, but one person did indicate to me that they were making an effort to try to pick at the soup, more so than just consume all bits of it. So in the case of ties, that means that this tie is going to be broken in the direction of Yang-Yang. Yang-Yang.
In a good way?
It depends on how you feel about going to the bathroom. Because there's a rumble in your tumble.
I look at Caleb and I say, I should have listened to you, buddy.
I do to see like the biggest grin pass my face, and I'm like,
some might say it's a poop eating grin.
It was tasty going in though. So,
I imagine it was, and it's gonna be painful leaving.
I'll try to think these thoughts real loud though while I'm in there.
Think solid thoughts, and maybe the magic will help you.
No, but see if anybody reacts with disgust or something, because I'm having some real dark thoughts in there.
I'm gonna put a hand on your shoulder, and as I do that, I'm immediately gonna think. I'm gonna say out loud, if you need to use the bathroom, I'm sure that the barmaid can help you find one. And then in our head, I'm gonna say, because you're the only other person who might have this kind of knowledge, I'm gonna go, if I remember correctly, at one point I wanted to do a midsummer campaign for one of my games, and don't they hunt people? Aren't we actually? I think it was a joke at first,
so
but I'm pretty sure during the long
called
night they hunt people.
Oh my god, she called it.
I don't remember the exact situation, but I know that people get hunted during the midsummer long night.
Honestly, I don't really remember, but it sounds plausible, and we should definitely watch out. But yeah, I just mean when I'm in there, I know there's a changeling, and we've been trying to watch out about whatever thoughts we're trying to think. But I'm just gonna try to think some real gnarly stuff and see if anybody in here just reacts.
Hey, Yang-Yang, I'm saying this out loud. It might be easier if you just want to go outside, because you ain't got much toilet paper here, and you got a natural bidet just flying from the sky right now. You could not have to.
I'll go with you.
Here comes Leora. Looking at you quizzically, and you're now talking about going outside to use the natural bidet, and she'll chuckle and say, foreign bellies and local brews, never a good mix. Privy's out yonder. If you recall, when you arrived, I described that a path off to the left probably led to the privies. Look for the path out the back. Mind the mud, and let me get you a lantern.
Oh, thank you.
A path out the back.
Free lantern.
I am gonna go with him, because we're not supposed to. Rule 0, guys, and I can't let you go alone.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's wise.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So she will return in but a moment with a small, Arabian Night style clay lantern with clearly oil in it, a little wick that's burning. You sort of have a little carry thing out of waxed cord, and she'll hand it to you. Down the path to the right, she'll say.
Oh, thank you. After I'm back, tell anybody not to go in there for a while, okay? Thanks. Rush him.
Then I go right behind him.
Quite what to make of that, but she's happy to let you say it. And to the doors you go. Okay? Out back into the storm. Do you want to sort of use your light but conceal it a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. And then when I'm out of vision of the tavern, if it's better, I'd like to activate the hand light, the symbol light that we have.
So that isn't susceptible to wind and rain to give you an adequate ability to see where you're going. Entirely reasonable. Okay, so while the two of them are out on poop patrol, is anyone inside doing something specific?
I was probably going to stand up and be like, Leo, the last question that I do have is,
so you're going to go back over. You're going to go back over to Leora.
Yes, I'm going to walk over to her this time instead of her.
So give that just one moment. Let me get them out on the trail, and then I'll come back to you, and we'll do that conversation with Leora. Banzai, anything you have specially planned while they're doing that?
I am cleaning up the table and making it neat because this is my job, and I'm.
You are the stagehand. I've been given to understand it. Okay.
And if Christian needs backup in terms of noise, I will clap my hands in a rhythmic fashion that I know how to.
Okay.
From y'all.
So we're going to do this in this order then. We're going to go first out into the storm, seeking refuge for our meal. And then we're going to come back in with Christian and then anything with Banzai. Okay, so out into the storm. The night, with its ever-present chorus of droplets on leaves, offers you a moment alone between the two of you. You could talk to each other without even having to talk into your heads if you wanted to converse. Do you want to say anything while you're walking, or shall I continue on? Yes, you want to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I assume I'm also really feeling the pressure of whatever
you
is
are.
going on.
There is definitive pressure. That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Caleb, first of all, I don't think it's poisoned. I think you were just, correct in your assumption of whatever is happening, down there. But I want to talk about what Christian's been saying about going home. I was thinking about it, and we both played some D&D. We both think, we both know there's some planar travel, possible in this place. But I think that magic is really high level. Not we could go buy it in the store, kind of, magic of the gods, magic of the highest couple wizards.
Pre-death of Mistra magic. This is 14 Magisters magic.
Yeah. So, I was thinking we've been kind of playing around, having a good time here, but
you've been having a good time. I've been trying not to poop myself you're about to do, and figure out what I have to do. I'm hanging on by a thread, honestly. I'm pretty sure that when I go to sleep, I'm gonna cry, and when I wake up, I'll cry some more. But that's not helpful right now. I have not been having fun.
I mean, I haven't really thought about it because I've read so many isekai stories and watched so many. Mm-hmm. I thought it was all going to be fun and games till shit happened to me. And so, I think I'm beginning to come around that this place is not so great. So we should really try to get out of here, right?
I was so excited at first. I was like, I'm here. This is a dream come true. I can cast magic and spells, and then I have one of my nipples ripped off by a mosquito, and it magically regrows in less than a second. That is not okay. It stopped being fun when I almost died.
Wait a second. You'll get to that point of the conversation. Allow me to describe your traveling down the path. Navigating through the rain, you see what must be the outhouse ahead. It's a basic wooden structure with a sloped roof designed to shed off rainwater. This is no city garderobe. It's a rural privy, more practical than pleasant. As you approach it, the wet ground beneath gives more than elsewhere, a result of the rich soil nourished over the years. There's a dense growth of hardy plants, shrubs, and even some vibrant flowers that have taken advantage of the fertilized earth, forming a verdant ring around the outhouse. To the side of it, there's a roofed over section with heaps of, is that sand, maybe lime, and some shovels, indicative of the sanitation method that's probably common in these parts. The outhouse is slightly leaning wooden structure with a half moon carved on its door, indicating its purpose. It's a small construction meant for a single occupant, with gaps and cracks in the woodwork that have seen better days, that probably allow a little bit of moonlight to stream through. You are now both standing in front of it. Allow me to go back inside. Okay, so Christian, you are getting up and hailing the barmaid. Okay,
Yep.
She'll turn in your direction. She's near the bar.
Hey, Laura, you spoke earlier about performing, and you thought I would do it here, and I figured, that's actually probably a very good idea, considering what happened out there, and cash flow and things of that nature. And I did want to ask, before I just got up and started singing, if that would actually be okay with the bar itself and all of its staff.
I could ask the lodge keeper. He's informed me that you're welcome to use the room upstairs for a single silver coin.
Oh, a single silver coin. Perfect. And I will hand her a single silver coin.
Well, then follow me and I'll lead you to it.
Oh, well, one moment. I do need to sing first, and I do need to wait on my compatriots as they are out.
She'll look back and forth and say, it's sort of the middle of the night. I don't know that performing now is what people would have in mind. Maybe on Midsummer. It's only Midsummer's Eve. I'm sure we could talk to the lodge keeper and you could put on a fine performance in the morning.
Sadly, I have to leave as soon as the rain stops, and I might not even be here until the morning.
Oh, that's
Thank
most
you so
unfortunate.
much. Isn't it? Isn't it?
Well, did you want me to take you to the room, or?
I will wait on everyone so that we can all take one trip instead of having to go one at a time. But thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. Can you roll a 20-sided die for me?
Sure.
That's not from her. That's from the DM.
That's a nat 1.
Ooh, natural 1. So Banzai, you'll notice this because you're actually paying attention to the room. And Christian, you'll notice this because you just happen to be pointed in the right direction. You're having this conversation with her, but you happen to be pointed out towards the front doors of the place. About, I don't know, 3 minutes after Yang-Yang and Caleb left the place, the young guy that's seated with the woman in her 30s will get up and head for the front door.
Got you. All right. Well, thank you so much. Actually, you know what? I might as well go check on him. He was hiding it, but his stomach was really messed up. And it might be less of a making sure that he's okay after he's done, and more that somebody can help him to the door. I don't want my big friend with all of his armor to be trying to do that, because
I mean, I imagine you have to do what you have to do, whatever you think is right for your friend. Maybe I'll ask your other friend to see whether she has anything else she needs me to do.
Oh, I'm almost positive that she will be most uncomfortable to being here alone, but you could ask her.
Very well.
If I see you making your way to I have the plates and all the things, and I picked it up, and I was like, here you go.
Oh, thank you. I don't know that I got your name.
Oh, it is. Oh, wait a minute. Gabe.
Gabe. Thank you, Gabe. That is very kind of you. It's not everyone that appreciates all the hard work that a barmaid needs to do. And now you and Leora are in conversation. Christian, are you trying to get out of this place?
Yeah, I'll be at least probably 15 paces behind our young hunter, who's smarter than he looks.
So he's out the door, you'll give him a moment and then go out the door too. Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna go back around the circle again. Yang-Yang, Caleb, you're standing in front of a single person outhouse. What would you like to do?
Okay, so first of all, I really don't want to use that. So I remember Caleb getting hurt and he healed himself miraculously. So I'm going to try to summon up some magic from within. Heal my bowels. I pray to the gods. I beg Siri or whatever.
Siri, please help.
Oh, okay. So
Prestidigitation my filth out of my body.
Yeah, if you don't give me nothing else.
there is a voice in your head which will respond to your entreaties. I think you're doing the voice of, remind me?
In a world guy from the movie trailers?
In a world where you have to poop your pants, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do to stop it.
There is no magic in this world.
I just pat him on the back and say, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And I open the door. Right, and I just say, I look over and I grab a couple of wet leaves from him, like the wider ones, and I give them to him.
Okay, I don't even know if these are poisonous or whatever, but this is what I can do. You just stand guard, and I'm just gonna think some really sick thoughts, and maybe it'll throw the changelings off and help us determine who they are.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm doing this for the team.
When he goes in there,
yeah.
Now it's just me outside in the pouring rain in the dark because I didn't turn on my little thing. And I think he took the lantern into the bathroom with him. So
I mean,
it is what it is. I'm gonna take this moment and I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna start thinking to Sirik, the god of lies, because that's the one that I assume is in my head. And I'm gonna go, all right, level with me. Here we are, trapped in this world. I'm assuming it's the changelings, why you didn't want us to think when we were in there. We're alone now. I may or may not have knowledge that is could affect the timeline that we are currently in. I know that it's midsummer and you guys typically bless the weather, so it's good, and if it does rain, it's a really bad sign. We're not the main characters, right?
So, James Earl Jones in your head, are you attempting to negotiate with me?
I am attempting to fulfill God's will. Your will. Torm's will. And Azuth, the god of wizards, I believe, if that is what the symbols are.
If you're trying to fulfill the god's will, I suspect, sadly, you may need to choose a god. And on that note, we're in the bathroom. So, Yang-Yang, I'm going to give you a little bit of detail here because, spoiler alert, one of the people who did an introduction actually created some lore about bathrooms in the Forgotten Realms. So we're going to experience that together here. Inside this privy, you see a well-worn wooden bench with a hole carved out of it. Next to it, there's a basin containing a ewer filled with what smells at this distance like pleasant scented water, maybe for washing. Nearby, there are two stout short sticks, one having what looks like an old towel attached to one end, and the other a piece of scrap cloth tacked on. Both are immersed in receptacles of water, creating that gentle fragrance. The difference in their design and the cloth attached to each suggests different uses. Next to the receptacles are a handy heap of sand and lime with a small shovel. What would you like to do?
This is like a Japanese spa X human litter box. I'm gonna go, I can't believe we're describing this. I'm gonna go, sit on the bench over the hole, and then as I'm doing my business, I'm gonna just think of like the nastiest stuff and just like think it super loud. I wanna first start it off with like molten waterfalls of chocolate, like swirling whirlpools and stuff like that, and then just crank it up with just like the sickest, grossest stuff I've ever seen on YouTube, read about on Reddit, like all that stuff.
You're scorching the minds of everyone within a mile with the worst poos that they have ever possibly conceived of.
Yeah, just stuff that like is just not even just that, like stuff that would have the people use it for, like, whatever, like, just awful
You're
stuff
trying to make
that this
memorable.
realm probably has never seen before.
Okay,
he's projecting this so strongly. I'm outside and I like kind of shudder a little bit, and I'm like, he took his shirt off. I can guarantee.
I don't know what's going on there, but whoa,
I don't know what's
I'm
going
trying
on.
to burn out the minds of every psychic being like on this realm, deal like 100 psychic damage, whatever. Let's go.
That's totally reasonable. All right, so you're having a very exciting experience that you are broadcasting at 11 for everyone around you to experience, adding in all of your greatest hits that you've ever encountered on random YouTube watching in the middle of the night. So that is delightful. Could you roll a 20-sided die for me?
6.
As you're broadcasting your displeasure to the world around you, a faint glint sort of down in the other direction away from the viewers sort of packed into this place, like the light reflected off of that faint glint, like metal. Well, you want to take a look at that?
Where's the fake glint or faint glint coming from?
On the ground next to the toilet. Just
Yeah,
sort of
okay, take a look at it. Sure, yeah.
Okay. You'll look down in that direction. Investigating further, you find it's coming from a slightly tarnished simple cloak pin, still attached to the portion of a cloak. With dread building, you trace the cloak and realize it's draped over someone or something.
Okay, I swing the lantern over to the corner and illuminate it.
No way they ambushed my boy in the bathroom. That's the most sacred place you can be.
So as you are doing that, let us go back outside for a moment. So your voice had just indicated to you that you might need to choose a god if you're attempting to do that god's bidding. And James Earl Jones will inform you, oh, and by the way, I don't think you're alone any longer. Just as an individual sort of materializes out of the night ahead of you, coming down that path from the inn to the garderobe. Like maybe they wanted to use the bathroom too. It's the lad who is traveling along with the female hunter. You can see him in the distance. He's closing in on your location. He doesn't seem to have any light with him.
I'm still shrouded in darkness, correct?
I mean, yeah, maybe he can see you, maybe he can't. There's a little bit of moonlight and some lightning, but you can see him. He's no more than 30 paces away.
Okay. I am going to immediately just start dropping the F-bomb in my head. I'll be like, oh, no. Oh, no. And then I see him coming, and I put my hand on the sword that I have on me, and I take it out, and then I talk to God. And I go,
You're drawing a longsword.
Yes, that is
standing guard on the bathroom.
Yes, I am. I gotta save him. Like he's fighting a battle in there, and I'm saving. Like I'm taking on some of the fight for him. But I take it out. And I'm standing guard, like the Queen's guard.
Forth the blade, and I call out to the god in your head.
Yeah, and I call out to him, and I go, it doesn't matter to me which god I follow, so long as I can get myself and the people that unfortunately ended up here with me home. And then I go and I start banging on the side of the door, and I go, I believe we have company.
All right. So Yang-Yang, before the smashing and the banging, believing you have company, you're looking to see what the heck is under that cloak. Oh, damn. That's a dead body that was clearly strangled to death from the ligature marks around the neck, the fact that it's all folded up against itself and it's, purple in the... Oh, crap, that's the hunter. That's that 20-something, maybe year-old hunter that was sitting with that female hunter at the table. Caleb, that's the same dude who's rolling up on you right now. You guys don't know that to each other. You just know, Yang-Yang, you found the dead body, and you just know, Caleb, that the person rolling up is that person. Hey, Christian, you're a few paces behind this guy. The guy hasn't seen you, because I assume you're trying to creep up past him so he's not obvious you're following him to the bathroom. And that means Caleb hasn't seen you, but you will see in the lightning glinting light that Caleb has pulled forth a naked blade and begun banging on the bathroom door as though it is his job to protect this bathroom against all comers. So Yang-Yang, he bangs on the door and says, "We're not alone anymore."
I'm gonna yell, "Occupied!" Oh, Caleb, it's you. Look, there's a dead guy in here. It is the young male hunter that we saw in the lodge.
No, it's not. He's right here.
No, he's in here. He's been killed.
How
and he's
can
been
he be in
killed
there
a while
if he's
ago.
out here? And my hand is like, yes.
He comes to a stop about 10 feet from you. And his smile, he just plasters on a smile. And that smile just widens to just sort of an unnatural level, you know, Pennywise-y, unnatural level. And he starts to just shift under the skin and mutate as you watch him.
So I'm going to break the first rule in every anime. I'm just charging him down mid-transformation, and I'm swinging this blade.
Okay.
I'm running him through.
Rolling every anime.
And it's one of those like fight or flight moments where that's so so eldritch and just so like in my head there is no my life is in danger. It's I'm dead if I do not kill this thing first.
Got it. Okay, so I know what you're doing. Yang-Yang, you heard, no, he's out here. No, he's in here. No, he's out here.
When I hear that, I try to make a heroic effort to finish. Yep. Clean myself off, with those towels. Like I don't have any time to figure out what is what. Just wipe, scoop, dump. On top of all the stuff. Like, and I have the hand sanitizer. I'm just gonna hand sanitize my hands. I don't know if I trust this magic because I don't know. When
I get to you in the initiative order, I'll inquire about the hand sanitizer. Christian, you're going to be going last because you're creeping up on this thing, but you can see you can't see what's going on from in front because it's just sort of.
Yeah, no, I got an idea. As soon as he stops and starts doing
and then Caleb comes in all like.
It starts to pop and lock, and I'm just ready to drop him.
It's over.
It's over. The initiative is between you and me, Caleb. So if you could just roll a d10. I rolled a 2.
A d10. That is a 5.
Okay. So you will come hurtling in on this person. And this person's skin will shift, blah, blah, blah. His skin will darken. And right before you are ready to come charging in on him, you are looking at a carbon copy of you. You are about to attack yourself.
That's okay. I am my own worst enemy. Roll a hit. That is a 18.
Okay, so you will connect with this creature, and it'll howl out in a human voice in pain. Could you roll a d8?
Yeah, that is an 8.
All right, so maximum damage, and in fact, you will take your blade and you will shove it through the chest of this creature in the front and out the back, and purple blood will come thickening out of the wound as it's thrashing there. And then it's your turn.
I'll be very candid as I stab it in. It's a very you never expect to look yourself in the eyes as you kill yourself.
It is very unusual. Happens very rarely in real life.
Yeah, very rarely. But it does happen to some people. It just happened to me this time. So I stab it in, and as I'm looking at it, I've gone hunting before, and done stuff like that. But it's very different, I'd imagine, to kill a person. Oh. So even if especially when it's myself. Now, granted, we all fight our own demons. Sometimes they look like us. Mentally, I've been battling like this for years. But I think I stab him, and then I just kind of realize what I did, and I just let go of the sword and take a couple steps back.
Okay. You'll feel as you do that, basically, starting here, something just sort of clamped down on your shock and terror. Almost like it just jolted adrenaline into your system. and provided you with clarity. So whatever, recognizing that you were about to shut down in the face of horror, has just temporarily tapped you back into action, buddy.
And I guess that as my hand slips off and it snaps you back in, I just grab the hilt again and reaffirm it, and I just keep pushing.
Okay, so you got that going for you, so that's great. That trauma's covered, sort of, in a horrible way.
You know,
Okay,
God
so-
can take my trauma from me.
So Yang-Yang, you are rushing the fastest you have ever rushed in your entire life to complete the pooping process. You feel as though you've done what you can do here. You can hear a howling in the night from outside. Was that Caleb's voice? Was it voice of something else? It's hard to say. Now you have to ask yourself the question, is it worth taking the extra 5 seconds to pump that sterilizer?
Okay, look. Caleb is outside.
You hear me
dealing
outside
with his-
screaming. I'm literally like screaming.
Yeah, Caleb is outside, like, dealing with his trauma. I'm in here trying to project trauma outward onto these creatures that are attacking us. But I think when I hear his fearful cry, I'm just gonna kick the door
Very
open.
fearful.
Kick the door open and just rush out. And as I'm rushing out, I definitely want to pump some hand sanitizer. Because, like, look, I already suffered some stuff here. I don't want anything. Hand sanitizer seems like the move. Sorry, Caleb. But I will say that now I'm wielding this hand sanitizer, and if there's anything around that I can attack with it, I will.
Okay, entirely reasonable. So, Christian, I don't even know how to describe this scene to you. You've closed on the fight. Caleb is fighting Caleb. You think that the Caleb that has the sword sticking out of it is the bad Caleb. You're pretty sure because you didn't see him swing around and change places, but they look identical. And the good Caleb seems to have, like, almost lost the grip on the blade, but then tightened it and leaned in. So he's leaning into this thing, and blood is fountaining out in that direction. It's dark, so it's hard to tell the color of the blood. He can tell because it's fountaining onto him, but it's hard for you to tell the color of the blood. And then, bursting forth heroically from the outhouse comes Yang-Yang, armed with hand sanitizer. He's armed with hand sanitizer, and he's pumping the hand. You don't know what he's doing there for sure. But what do you want to do?
So luckily I kept my eyes open the entire time. Or else I would have just stopped and been like, yo, you fighting your demons, man. I can't risk this. But luckily I know which one's which, and he still hasn't seen me. So I want to take out my short sword. And if he's just gotten stabbed, I want to go for the back of his knee. And I want to try and stick my sword through the back of the knee. So whatever he's doing, he's not going to be able to walk.
I'll tell you this, from a D&D rules perspective. Just stabbing a guy versus stabbing a guy in a specific spot. Stabbing a guy in a specific spot is harder. So you probably has less of a chance of success. But I mean, you go with all the confidence that you can muster if that's your plan.
Oh yeah, 100% that's my plan, especially because he can't see me yet.
Fair enough. Okay. Well then, bring it. Let's roll the d20. Now, you're not a thief, but you do get +2 to this.
All right, well, that's a 7.
Ooh, a 9. Okay. So you lunge
No,
in at the back of his...
that was a 7. It was 5 plus 2.
with the +2. Oh,
That
okay,
was a
okay.
7.
So you lunge in at the back of his leg, and apparently, I don't know, he moved, you moved at the last minute. Caleb leaned into him, impaling him with a sword, and he just sort of wasn't where you expected him to be because you just stab empty night air. Yang-Yang, you'll see Christian just emerge from the darkness, stabbing empty night air, like he was trying to stab this creature in the back, but it moved, and so now your hands covered in hand sanitizer. You're out here.
I activate my chest light to try to illuminate the darkness to spot this creature.
Yeah, my light is still off, mind you.
So now you've got some light on the situation, and you can see that this thing, while still alive, is definitely not happy about it, okay? It looks like Caleb, except it has a sword through its chest. Caleb's still holding on to that blade. And
tears running down my face.
Spitting up dark blood out of its mouth. Like, this is not, if it doesn't get some medical assistance, things are probably not going to look good for it in the long term. And there's 2 people with swords stabbing at it. So that's...
Wait. So is Banzai not here also?
Oh no, Banzai's inside. Banzai's helping the barmaid inside.
Christian broke rule 0.
So I'm going to go back inside right now.
You know what? I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Next turn, I'm gonna go back inside. You're right. Fight your demons, man. Fight your demons.
Nobody
I was
winning
trying
right
to
now.
make my way out. I just got stopped by the barmaid asking me for my name. And so I'm continuing this conversation, trying to inch closer to the door, you know?
So, Gabe, nobody really appreciates the hard work that barmaids do. And I can tell that as a, what did they say, stagehand?
Yeah, they don't even call me by my name. I told you, Gabe, you notice they call me this foreign name, Banzai?
That's ridiculous.
I know, but it's okay, because, I'd rather they just call me whatever. I just answer yes.
I hate to tell you this then, but I really should. Christian told me that I was supposed to show you the room so you could make it up before they came back. So, follow me?
But I can't just leave they're outside. They might need my assistance.
At the bathroom?
I think he just left me. Like, this is inner. I'm like, he just left me. I'm trying to inch my way towards the.
Apparently, he did give this woman a set of instructions to have you go upstairs and prepare the room.
I just rather wait for the. I just rather wait here for them, because, I guess that would take some time to do things. Just thinking, I am just suspicious, because this is not. I like me as like I would be suspicious. I'll be like, no, I think I just wait for them.
Well, I don't want to get you in any trouble. Do you want me to just prepare the room myself?
Oh, no. I'll go ahead and do that. And if I get in trouble, I get in trouble. I'll wait here for them with some, like, maybe you have some clean rags so they can wipe their hands after they do that business.
In the outhouse, there are things that they can use to clean up.
Oh. Other than sawdust.
If you're not going to prepare the room, at least let me make sure that it's okay. I'll go do that. You wait here for them to come back.
Oh, okay. But aren't you the... Do you need me to do your job here while you're up there?
She'll laugh and put her hand on your shoulder. Thank you so much, Gabe. If anyone needs food or drink while I'm gone, please feel free to help them.
Okay.
Just remember to give the nibs or the silver, or the thumbs or the silver to Devlin.
Okay. There.
Okay. And off she goes to climb that ladder. Back outside we go. It is the beginning of a new round outside. What would you like to do this round, Caleb?
Well, I'm currently stabbing myself in the chest, tears streaming down my face. But also, I guess, not really. Like, tears are there, but I guess I'm just stone-faced because of whatever pressure's on me. I am going to, imagine, does this count as him being, like, grappled or something? Because he has the sword impaled through him?
I don't really know. I guess you'll find out.
Okay. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to put my other hand on the blade. And as I twist it, I'm going to go and, what is his name? Sirik. I'm going to say, Sirik, if you're there, please give me the strength to kill. I'll follow you if that's what I got to do to kill this thing. And I'm going to turn, and I'm just going to, with all of my strength, pull to the side. See if maybe I can throw it off balance. Maybe pull the side. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Christian, what do you got for me? You are on mute.
All right, so if I see Caleb pulling it to the side,
you just see him fighting. You don't quite know what he's going to do yet. Just sort of like, what do you want to do?
Then what I want to do, because I missed, I honestly feel really bad about it. But I'm also
feel really bad about it.
Yeah, I do. But I also don't want this dude to try and change into any of the rest of us three. So I'm gonna take out the soup that I had and I'm gonna throw it on him. So if he tries to change, that there's still gonna be soup on him at the very least. So I'm like gonna tag him with the soup.
Okay, to create a soup covered and a non-soup covered Caleb.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that is an interesting strategy. We're doing a lot of attacking with fluids.
Yes.
Speaking of which, Yang-Yang, what have you got?
I don't know if I'm attacking with fluid. I think I'm like being attacked by fluid. But anyways, so I remember in 2E that there are like psionics and things like that. So like because God already forsake me and my plea for magic, I'm gonna try to like look deep within and pull out and see if I could do like a mind attack or something on this soup covered Caleb.
It's not soup covered yet.
Not soup covered yet. But yeah, like I wanna stun it. Like I wanna see if I could like,
just
grab
the power of your mind.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we roll these d10s again?
Okay.
I rolled an 8 this time.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, so we've got a 6, a 9,
3,
and a 3. Looks like Mind Crusher's coming first. So, Yang-Yang, how does one crush a mind? I mean, I used to watch Kids in the Hall, and there was this thing that they did, but like, how do you?
I just think about how insignificant changelings are in like the cosmic order of D&D, and just like how nobody likes them, and there's no good fan art, and they're really shitty to build encounters out of.
And they really should eat worms. Understood. Okay. Can you roll a 20-sided die?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I am so ready for the 20.
Wow, this is a lot of 6s.
You feel like power building up in your chest. Okay, this is good. This is good. Something might happen here. Something could occur. Do you want to let that power flow through you and out at the changeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Okay. So a flash of light, brilliant white light, goes off from your chest. Could you roll a 20-sided die for me so you can get a sense of where that light came from?
10.
Okay. Came from one of the starbursts around the skull. Brilliant white light blows out in the direction of the creature, and then its head simply ceases to be. It's there, very head-shaped. And then all of a sudden, if you've ever seen scanners or any of those things where people's heads just explode, its head just explodes. So that's surprising to you. Maybe not exactly the effect you were intending, but you got it done. You got it done, buddy. And also you'll feel that slight disassociation, because that was horrific, really, on some level. But something in there just clamped down on your consciousness and said, hey, no, you got this, buddy. You don't freak out. Pumped you full of some stuff that we're like, oh, that's, yeah, I made that happen, and that was
the first thing I think of is just, F you gods, I don't need your magic. I got this. This is the most powerful thing of all my imagination.
Okay. Boom. You know who it does come as a surprise to? It does come as a surprise to Caleb and Christian, who are in intimate hand-to-hand combat with this thing. One with soup, the other with a blade in its chest. All of a sudden, a flash comes from Yang-Yang, so this must have been Yang-Yang inspired. And then this thing's head just blows up, scattering brain matter and blood all over the two of you. Could you please roll a 20-sided die for me? That's each of you.
I think I'm gonna throw up no matter what.
I mean, restroom's right here.
2. Okay.
11.
A 3.
Oh, 11.
11.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay, the 11, you will drop the soup and spew. Just spew your guts out onto the muddy earth. Caleb, you will throw up into your mouth. You have the choice of letting it out there or swallowing it back down. What would you like to do?
Do I see Christian vomit?
Oh yeah, that's why you have the choice. Before that, it was just
I
stop
sit there.
here.
I have the blade inside of me. I just watched my head explode. My
Blade
own
just
brain matter
slides out like
inside of
butter
my mouth.
as this thing careens over onto its side. Head exploded.
I think I just kind of, if the pressure clamps down on me, I think I look at Christian and go, I need to be strong for him, and then I just swallow it down, and then I turn and I look at Yan-Yan and like pale as a sheep, but he can't see it in the dark light. I'm just like, that was you.
First time using psychic powers, friends. Next time I'll try to make the crushing a little more contained, less splatter.
I pull out my own hair from my mouth and I flick it onto the ground. And I go, we gotta go inside. Banzai's alone. And I'm trying to walk away, but I'm really unsteady and like wobbling.
Okay, so hey, can the two of you really, Christian? You need a minute to just get this. You're not thinking really.
No, the rain is coming down on me, and I'm like,
it's like Platoon. Okay, so
Exactly.
Yang-Yang, can you and Caleb roll a 20-sided die for me?
11.
2 and an 11. Okay, so
same rules.
somebody talked about we got to get in there. Banzai is alone in there. You'll both be thinking, yeah, that's probably a good idea. It'll come to you, Caleb, a second before it comes to you, Yang-Yang, but it will come to you as well. Christian, no, this is really not on your mind at the moment. Hey, Caleb, you guys came out here to use the bathroom. Then some guy got up to come out here to use the bathroom. His dead body is now in the Jake's, and there's a headless corpse that looks like you out here. If you go back in, somebody might be like, hey, that guy went out after you, and wonder after a while, I wonder where he is.
The blood on me is purple though, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm right or wrong, my knowledge is a little bit fuzzy, but when changelings go unconscious, they untransform.
This one
so if it hasn't,
this one
so that
doesn't
means
seem to have.
That means it's not a changeling, so it's probably
it's real dead. It's real dead though.
Is it? Is it real
dead?
Dead?
Just gone. It's just gone.
I mean, you say that, and I am covered in this blood, and I go, I guess the first thought I have is, Yang-Yang, make sure it's dead. And I just keep going. I go to the door, I say, make sure, like, double tap it. There's, like, Zombieland taught me one thing is you double tap.
Okay, I got you, fam.
Maybe blow up its torso, blow up its legs so it can't chase us, like, something.
Systematically, just mind crush.
Yeah,
just practice.
Stay with Christian. He seems like he needs it, and I'm just gonna. It doesn't like. It really doesn't matter to me. There's tears streaming down my face, purple blood on me. I'm just gonna kind of like barrel into the door, and
James Earl Jones would like a word before you do.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to roll in the front, covered, drenched in blood, with what amounts to the constabulary in there?
What do you expect me to do? I am out of my
Clean
element.
yourself off, pull yourself together.
Pull myself together? I just
through.
put myself down. How do I pull myself together?
You made a pledge. I'm going to keep you to that pledge. And you
pledge?
Getting arrested isn't going to help me one bit.
What pledge did I make when I asked for your help and you left me to fight myself and almost die?
I wasn't responsible for that.
I
These
asked for your
creatures
aid
are
and you
responsible
said no.
for that. I would have helped you. In fact, I did help you. Or my counterpart did.
That's not you. Don't take credit for somebody else's actions.
It's not me. I think you should think again about whether that was me or not. What color was that light?
I didn't see it because it was behind me.
Well, I suppose you should ask the person who used it.
I mean, I'm just gonna go, I really Is there a window that I can see near me?
They're all shuttered against the storm.
They're all I mean, I honestly don't care. In my head, Yang-Yang can blow up heads. Yang-Yang, he's my Oppenheimer right now.
It's over.
He's my Oppenheimer. I don't care. I'm kind of like shell-shocked. I'm not thinking straight. I got a god who's trying to take credit for some other god doing something. And I'm just gonna, for Yang-Yang, who didn't need a god to do his work, I'm gonna barrel in there and I'm gonna go, Gabe. I'm just gonna start screaming out Gabe. And I'm gonna start looking around.
How do you know that the name is Gabe? You weren't there to hear.
Oh, was it not? I thought that was at the table. Okay, I just go, Banzai. I just yell Banzai. I go, Banzai.
So you'll throw in the front door, yelling, Banzai, where are you? Covered in the blood of this thing. And that is where we will end Act 2 of our adventure.
Oh.
Please join us for Act 3. What exciting things will occur? No one knows, but we will find out together. Say good night, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in.
Bye.